Good afternoon. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, as I get to ride home with you in the afternoon. You know, truth does matter. You can find us many different ways. IC radio station, that way. You can also find us on television, channel 182, on Charter Communications, and Abundance Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Don't forget the podcast, thenewscasters.com. That's just another way. Also, send an email, donna@donnasedge.com. If you have any ideas for shows, you'd like me to do a little research for you, I'll be glad to do that. I love research. So I did have one. This came from Kay, and Kay said, I just get sleepy throughout the day, and I'm trying to not drink so much caffeine. I'm there with you, Kay. I'm trying not to drink so much as well. And it gets kind of tough, though. You know, how do you stay awake when your body is so used to that awesome, I call it juice from heaven, coffee coming into your system? I've had to break away because I was getting up to about 2 pots of coffee a day. That's not good for you. So you got to cut back a little bit. So let's talk about that. 10 different ways to stay awake without caffeine. So let's get it rocking. And Kay, hope this helps you out a little bit, okay? All right, now, snack on a salad. They say that's a good way, and I totally agree, because in the past, I found we wanted to grab like a quick lunch. You know, I'm in a hurry. I'm between appointments, between recordings, between whatever, and if I eat something cooked, I'm just telling you, I'm done for the rest of the day. I can't go on. I just get so sleepy, and so I found this to be true. So something extremely light, something like a salad. Sometimes I grab, I know this sounds weird, but sometimes just a spoon of peanut butter gets me motivated and gets me running out there. But something leafy, like spinach, kale, something like that, gives you a vitamin B boost. And vitamin B is a part of your cell's energy making process. And that absolutely works. Okay, number 2, let's talk about guzzle water. And it really does work. So if you're feeling a little bit droopy, you might need to drink just a little bit more water. That could be a sign that dehydration is the reason for your fatigue. Absolutely. You know, you can actually be dehydrated in the wintertime just as much as you can in the summertime, but I do absolutely keep that water available always. Okay, let's go on down the list, and I'm seeing number 3, and this definitely works as well. Just plain old step outside. It just helps just to go outside, sometimes walk, even when it's cold outside, just bundle up really good. But not only will the change of scenery, maybe you're just in front of the keyboard all the time, and it's mundane, it's over and over and over. A lot of us craft. You could be just in front of the sewing machine all day long. And if you don't have a well-lit room, windows all around, if you don't have that stuff, I'm going to tell you, it makes it really hard to kind of keep the pace. So not only a change of scenery is going to make things a whole lot better and wake up your senses, but the sun will help regulate your sleep-walk-wake cycle. So try to get at least 30 minutes a day of the natural sunlight. An hour if you have insomnia. Definitely do that. But there's just something about walking around, you know, having a different prospect. You know, a lot of folks are telling me, because one of the Gadsden Mall is one of our sponsors now. And so I've heard a lot of the mall walkers say, or people who own businesses inside the mall say, you know, there's just something about being in the same room. I don't see windows, I don't see this, and I don't see that. And so Kay actually works at the mall. That's where I actually got the idea for this particular segment. And I said, do you just try to just walk outside? And she said, well, that's the problem. She said, I'm the only employee here, so I just kind of have to stay in here, you know, until closing time. And I said, well, if you have a friend that can come by just to spend 10 minutes with you at any time, let the friend kind of hang out. Don't stay outside too long, and then come back in. And then I promise you it helps just to go outside just for a few minutes. Even if it's 5 minutes, it definitely helps. Exercise. Yeah, that really does. Now, this is something you really can do if you're working in the mall. Not lay down setups and all that kind of stuff, but there are discreet ways that you can actually exercise. One of those is moving your body. When you're moving your body, you tell your cells that the cells need more energy. So your body will rise to the task and start taking and making more. Exercise also increases endorphins. It's the feel-good hormones, and gives you a bit of natural mood boost. and it's definitely a way to do it. There are chair exercises you can do. I mean, just little things that you can do. If you're behind the counter and you're in retail, I tell you what I used to do. So just keep your hands on the desk. Nobody's in there. Nobody's watching. Just kind of do a little step up with your heels and just with your toes, and just rise up your heels and then down, up and down, up and down. And that'll kind of help. And then if somebody kind of catches you off guard and it looks a little bit weirdness like, that's okay. You can tell them, I've not been outside all day and I'm going to be able to take care of you as a customer. That most definitely is. That way you're keeping the customers too. They're not walking by wondering if you're weird like. But there are exercises you can do with your hands. Get with the counter. We've talked about those little, those little push-ups that you can do. Definitely do those, and that'll help. Walk around the store. Sometimes just walking around, maybe dusting things, putting things together on the racks. That'll kind of take the mundane away from just plain old sitting behind. But the hardest part is when you're stuck behind a desk all day and you're typing, you're doing reports, or you're doing whatever. That one is harder to do. But you can still do little squeezes with your feet up and down. Just stop what you're doing. Stop the pace just for a few seconds. And then just your feet up and down, up and down, up and down. And that'll help you out as well. By the way, this information you can find on WebMD. That's WebMD. That'll give you help as well. Okay, now keep a routine. This is probably the biggest one right here for me. Okay, so if you go to bed and you wake up at the same time every single day, your body will learn when it's time to be alert and when it's time to wind down. Yeah, we have these little clocks in our body. The first time I heard that, I thought, a clock in my body? Are you serious? But we do. And so your body gets used to a special routine. Think about this. Okay, you cook. You're inside the kitchen and you're cooking. And something happens with the routine. Maybe the cabinets are being painted. And you're used to like reaching up for this particular area to get your salt, to get your pepper or whatever, and it's not there anymore, even though it's happening. The kitchen's being painted and everything is moved in its place. It's just those little routines. But those routines kind of help keep us going in a cycle. So yeah, keep up a routine of going to bed at the same time and also getting up at the same time. Phil has this little thing. Of course, I hate to say this, we don't pay it a whole lot of attention, but there's this little thing set up on his as a routine to remind us to go to bed, because we're so wound up with all the things happening in the business and with the show and all these things going on that sometimes we just simply miss it. It's like, wow, it's already midnight. Wow, I didn't know that. Then you got to wind yourself down to go to bed. And we'll talk about that in another segment coming up pretty soon. But anyway, routine. You can get yourself on that. Aromatherapy, yes, this works. I know some of you guys are going, how in the world is anything you smell? It really does, because let me tell you this. I had the flu a few days ago, and it almost felt like COVID in some ways. It was the flu, a lot of congestion, that kind of thing. But I lost my sense of smell. And the neat thing about, and taste as well, but the neat thing about fragrances is they can relax you, they can take you back away, they can make you think about something that happened when you were a kid, which can be a good thing or a bad thing, but those things are important to have. But aromatherapy definitely helps you, so let's talk about that. So certain smells can jump start your senses and may even help you with focus, energy, and more. So feel awake. Try eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is a good one. Anything lemon, orange, or anything like that. And also peppermint. And peppermint is also good for you if you've got a headache. My son swears by it. Now, he was the one rolling his eyes back a few years ago when I started making candles. And I would say, son, if you'll try a little bit of peppermint, that'll help you if you have a headache. And he would go, that's hocus pocus stuff. That's not true. And so I finally got him to see the light on that. And so now he keeps a little bottle of aromatherapy, and it's got to be not. It has to be the aromatherapy. It can't be a fragrant oil. Okay, a fragrant oil is totally different from that. So a fragrant oil is going to be something. It won't be an all natural thing. Smells good, and there's nothing better than a cinnamon spice candle, or apple cider, apple whatever candles. but they're not the fragrance oils. The fragrance oils are your aromatherapy fragrance oils. Those are all natural, and make sure the bottle tells you that it's 100% as well, because in everything that's made now, somebody always has a trying out, to make it a cheaper version of it, but it's got to be 100%. And a drop will do you. And this is when I knew I had the flu. So I love my lavender and citrus put together. And so I put some of that on my wrist, and I'm like, I can't even smell it. Is my oil going bad? I've never had any fragrance oils to go bad on me. So that's my first thought. It went bad. And then Phil comes in and he says, did you just take a bath in that? And I'm like, no, why? And he said, that's kind of loud. That's like knocking me out there. And I said, oh, I thought the oil was going down. I said, I can't even smell it. And he said, there's something wrong with your snoozer. So anyway, it was the flu that was going on. But anyway, again, try eucalyptus, lemon, or peppermint. And that's going to make a lot of difference right there in the world for you. Okay, pack in the protein. Packing in the protein, that's going to help. So instead of those mindless, carb-heavy grazing to help you stay awake, choose foods that include some protein or healthy fat. They'll stick with you longer, and they'll help you to avoid that sugar crash. Yeah, if I eat a Snickers bar, ooh, it sure does taste good right there at that point. But I'm going to tell you, just a few minutes later, I got my little high energy right there. Just a few minutes, crash, I'm down on it again. Then before you know it, you're eating too many Snickers bars, and then you're wishing you hadn't, if you know what I mean. Okay, number 8, take a break from screens. Yes, absolutely. So if you're feeling sleepy, it could be your eyes weigh, your eyeballs, saying, hey, I'm tired. Can you pause? Just for a few minutes. I need a little bit of rest. So to avoid the eye strain, look off into the distance and away from your computer or your phone. Regular intervals, okay, as you're working. Make sure you do that. Okay, power nap. Some offices are not going to let you do this. But anyway, good luck if they do. I wouldn't have allowed that. I'm just telling you, but too easy to, you know what I mean, to stay there all the time. Because I'm just telling you, if I do a power nap, I wake back up, I'm worthless the rest of the day. Okay, so sometimes your body just needs a sleep reset. Okay, so a 15 to 30 minute shut eye session can help you feel more alert and improve your mood. I know I used to work with somebody who would run out to their car and take a power nap. This was when I was working corporate. And I was always afraid to do that. I thought, if I go to sleep, I'll never wake up, and then there I'll be, it'll be late, I'll be out in the car, people will think I'm dead and all this kind of stuff. And so he did forget one time, and so he decided to go on ahead, and I thought this was pretty cool. He went on ahead and just set a timer, the alarm on his cell phone, so he would go out and do a power nap for like 10-15 minutes, and then, oh, by the way, make sure your hair still looks good when you come back in from the power nap. That's something he would forget sometimes. But chewing gum. I found this definitely works. Some studies show gum chewing can kick up your alertness and help you to react faster and improve your attention and boost productivity throughout the workday. It's most certainly good. It's also good for breath, like onions on your hamburger for lunch. Okay, let's go ahead and cut into a commercial break. We're going to be right back in just a minute, so y'all hang tight.
Queen City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer
yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462.
My Towels solved the problem that we've all had with towels. You go into the stores and they feel lotiony and soft, but then you get them home and they wind dry you. That's why I made My Towels. They actually work, they're soft, and they absorb. And now I'm excited to announce 2 brand new lines of My Towels. What makes them the best towels ever is they're now made with 100% long staple Shapir cotton. This is a combed ring spun cotton that makes My Towels even softer and more absorbent than ever. And now you get a 6-piece set for an amazing introductory sale price as low as $29.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get My Towels for only $29.98. Or you can get my designer premium line for just $20 more. Either way, you save 50% now on all My Towels. They actually work. What a concept. This offer won't last long, so please order now.
mypillow.com.
Donna's Designs offers a line of handmade memorial, wedding, and keepsake jewelry that launched back in 1970. I'm a self-trained jewelry designer, and I will work closely with you to create unique designs you can love and treasure for years to come. Whether that be flowers that were used in a funeral arrangement or stones you found on the beach at a memorable trip, call me at 256-659-4319, and let's think of the possibilities.
Okay, so we are back. My name is Donna, and I am your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. Central. As I get to ride home with you in the afternoon, it's always a fun run, and we do definitely appreciate this. So we are coming up with ideas on how to stay awake, and we covered those in the first segment just a few minutes ago. So go back and watch it again. Share it if you don't mind. We definitely appreciate you doing that as well. But another way to stay awake during the day without having caffeine is drinking water, and it is one way of staying hydrated. So when you're dehydrated, and this is in the winter or the summertime, well then that's one way again to stay awake. So let's talk about this. These are 6 tips for staying hydrated. All right, let's go through them. First of all is don't wait until you are thirsty to drink. I have a habit of that. And so I just keep water around with me all the time. So there's my Edge coffee cup right there. And so I just keep some with me all the time. And that's just going to help you stay awake. Okay, now by the time you feel thirsty, you're already slightly dehydrated again. Okay, so sip water steadily throughout the day and drink more fluids than usual when the weather is hot, especially if you're really active. We're out there working in the garden or whatever outside. Okay, number 2 is flavor your water. I kind of like mine plain. Sometimes I put a little bit of lemon juice in it. However, if plain water taste just bores you and you get bored really easy, you can also add flavor with fresh fruits or a splash of fruit juice. Again, my go-to is always lemon juice. You can also consume clear broths, those ice pops. Make sure they're not like really sugary though. Or those sports drinks, especially if you're doing intense exercise. Just make sure to limit, again, the caffeine and especially the alcohol now. Okay. All right, number 3, what you want to do is eat water-rich fruits and vegetables. That's why I like fruits so much. Okay, so certain fruits and vegetables could contain or will contain plenty of water in addition to healthy nutrients. Like your watermelons. I love watermelons. So your watermelons, your strawberries, your cantaloupes, and your peaches, and your pineapples are fruits with high water content. Now, water-rich vegetables include cucumbers, and who doesn't love cucumbers? Leafy greens, radishes, celery, zucchini, and of course tomatoes. Good old tomato sandwich is going to keep you awake. Okay, number 4, stay inside when it gets too hot. It seems like we're not going to have to worry about that forever, right? Because it's super cold outside. We have some stormy weather going on right now. But if you don't have air conditioning at home, try a shopping center. Go to the Gadsden Mall out there and pay them some attention. The movie theater, they're going to have a new theater thing going on out there. You'll really want to go then. Or maybe your public library. Avoid sun exposure, especially between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. when the rays are the strongest. Plan outdoor activities in the early morning or the evening. Dress for the weather. Okay, dress for the weather. Wear light, loose-fitting clothing that lets your skin breathe in the summertime. Then in the wintertime, you want to wear more clothes. Go for layers. Okay, dark clothes absorb heat, so stick with the lighter shades. A lot of y'all see me wearing a lot of darker colors. It's because I'm cold-natured. And even in the summertime, I go to a restaurant or I go to church or whatever, and I'm always the one freezing inside. So this crazy cold-natured thing going on. So that's why you see me in darker colors a lot. Wear a wide-brimmed hat in the sun to keep your head cool, and plenty of sunscreen to avoid sunburn, which can, by the way, increase your skin temperature and make it harder to stay cool. Now, number 6 is be aware of the signs of dehydration. I'm going to give you those signs in just a few minutes. So if anyone in your family is ill, pay attention to how much they're able to drink, especially young children and the elderly. So anyone with a fever, vomiting, or diarrhea should drink plenty of liquids. Do not wait for signs of dehydration to appear. Now, here are some dehydration symptoms. These are some things I want you to look out for. And this is also with your friends as well. So, because sometimes you don't know you're dehydrated. You just don't know it yet. Because you're too busy working and you're just really not paying attention. That's the way I am anyway. So, keep an eye out there for any of these signs, especially in children or older adults. Okay, darker than usual urine. That's a huge sign right there. Not urinating despite steadily drinking water. That can be a problem. Okay, muscle cramps. Now, Phil and I both have muscle cramps. And so when you're on your feet a lot, you're on concrete, whatever, working outside, maybe you wear high heels and you didn't have full intentions of wearing high heels all day long, but it kind of caught up with you. Let me tell you something that you can do, and this is something that really helps us. There's a spray. I don't have it with me right now. I don't remember what the name of it is, but there's a spray that's actually for leg cramps. And you can get a spray or you can get the lotion. I kind of like the lotion a little bit better. And so what you'll do is just get it, you'll just smooth it and put it on yourself. put it on your legs or your arms or whatever. And so that'll definitely help you out there as well. But what I actually like doing, anything with that you like that has a bit of vinegar in it, such as mustard. I love mustard. I mean, I just eat it by the spoons anyway. So if I'm getting leg cramps, I'll go ahead and just get a tablespoon, just put some your mustard, put that on a spoon, and just go ahead and take that in, and you'll within just a few minutes you'll see that it's helping you out. Now, this is another thing I like to do. I like to eat my spoon of mustard to stop those leg cramps, and then I also like to go on ahead and drink about a half glass of water, maybe about a 3/4 cup of water, and that just kind of helps too, and it kind of helps with that hydration. Oh, keep up with what time it is. Okay, now we talked about the muscle cramps. Bad breath. If you have bad breath, that can be a sign there as well. So one thing you can do, I really don't like, I found that I just really like to use like a mint of some sort better than, and these are really good too. These are chewy mints. So I really like these. They kind of help out with the dry throat there as well. So your dry throat is one thing that's going to hurt. But if you tend to have bad breath and you like to keep a mint of some sort, I kind of like those. I kind of dig those. I like them really a little bit better. If I take too many cough drops, I don't. It's kind of like they start really don't work anymore. And the cough drops tend to dry my throat out. So again, there you're going to get dehydrated again. Okay, fatigue. You're just tired all of a sudden. Ooh, could be all you have to do is get a glass of water. And so try that first before you try anything else. Okay, fever or chills, and that could be also could be that you're about to get that flu that I had too. You're craving sweets. I never thought about that one. Maybe that's why I crave sweets. So here's what I'm going to try to do. Okay, so I start either craving sweets, or the other one says fatigue. Instead of grabbing that Snickers bar, what I think I'm going to do, and I'll let you know if it works. So I think what I'll do is grab some water and just go ahead and drink that down and see if that helps. I mean, it'll help you not to eat so much chocolate. That helps. Okay, also, if you start getting a dry mouth, or maybe your skin starts getting kind of dry. Now, we all kind of have the drier skin in the winter time, but if you see that happening in the summertime as well, it could be that you're like dehydrated prone. Yeah, it could be that. Okay, maybe you start getting this fast heartbeat. It seems like the answer to all these is just go drink a glass of water and see what that does. Irritability. Oh yeah, we start getting dehydrated. We start getting ill, don't we? Maybe a little bit of confusion going in there. Yeah, that could be it as well. And again, we got to drowsing. You're a little bit drowsiness, and that's why we started this entire show. How to not drink so much caffeine. So a friend of mine is an esthetician, and she told me once that she said, she watched me drink cup after cup after cup after cup of coffee. And she said, you've realized that's not good for you. And so esthetician, all she thinks of is skincare, which I need to think more of skincare myself. So she said, let me just tell you something. She said, that's when you drink too much caffeine, that is not going to be good for your skin. You need liquid to hydrate your skin. She said, for every 1 cup of coffee you drink, you need to replenish that in your body with 4 cups of water. And she said, so pretty soon, she said, if you start getting wrinkles where you don't need wrinkles, I'm going to say, when you come to me and want to know what's happening, I'm going to say because you drink too much caffeine. She said, because that's what I've observed with you. So let's see if we can all together stop drinking so much caffeine. I'm going to try it. I have cut down quite a bit. Of course, having the flu kind of helped me because I kind of lost the taste for the caffeine coffee. But today I already drunk too. Getting back on that track again. Thank you so much for watching Donna's Edge Talks, y'all. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host. You can find us on television, channel 182, on Charter Communications, Abundant Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast, the netcasters.com. Again, thank you so much for watching.